Project Echo is an innovative hands-on program that helps high school students fulfill their entrepreneurial goals and ambitions. And Teri Jones is one of the instructors, and she joins us now. We welcome you to Making It. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Let's talk about Project Echo. What is that exactly?
Project Echo is an entrepreneurial course where the students learn not only in the classroom, but they actually run businesses on campus. And at our school, there are two businesses, the Vikes Inn, the student store, and the Vikes Cafe. And the students take in about $180,000 a year between those two businesses.
Really? And then what do they do with the profits?
Well, you can ask the school district, but some of it goes to scholarship funds, and the students are very happy about that.
Wow, how exciting. That's quite a lot of money. Let's talk about giving kids educational options. Why is that so important?
Educational options in entrepreneurship, it's important because the students need to learn. All the academics that they're learning, they can apply it. It's a real-world situation. There's a lot of personal growth. There are deadlines they have to reach, goals they have to make with money, and it's real money, so it's very meaningful.
Right, it really matters. How many students from your program have actually gone out and started their own businesses?
I'm not exactly sure. It's been scores, but there's a lot of very interesting businesses that they have started. Everything from car detailing to actual restaurants in the San Fernando Valley. There's a great one named Chava's. There is
all kinds.
All kinds.
Have you eaten at that restaurant?
I have, and it's great. And they did a wonderful write-up in the news for that particular one. There's also a sportswear line. Fred Siegel has carried them in many other department stores. One of the students went on to become a fashion designer and marketed that. There's a catering business. Many.
Oh, wow. Now, what would be a good age, would you think, to really start to educate kids about business and money and all of those things?
I think that they can start learning the concept of money when they can count, and probably kindergarten. But I think business, maybe 7 or 8 years old, when they go to the store and they learn about the different brands and they start getting interested in what they want to wear, what they should be buying to eat, and so forth.
When they really start thinking like a consumer, I suppose, right?
Yes.
Do you have any advice for parents in terms of getting their kids ready to start their own business? Because most parents want their kids to be successful and take care of them at one point, right?
I think the parents need to really point out what business is, and show the kids how everything that they purchase, somebody owns a business behind that. And then, of course, the value of money in the somebody is there's competition and there's profit.
Okay, let's talk about money. How can these young people get money to be funded for their entrepreneurial endeavors?
If they're under 18 years old, they probably have to go to their family members because it's pretty hard to get a loan if you're under 18 years old.
So they really have to bring mom and dad into it, get them to be supportive of it and help them.
Yes, and mom and dad need to be involved in that.
Okay, you also teach a virtual enterprise class. Tell us about that.
Virtual enterprise is the sky's the limit. The students develop their own company, they develop their own website, and they sell online and at virtual trade shows in a virtual economy where there are over 3,500 other businesses that high school students across the world have started online. Wow. So it's a very interesting program.
So they can actually make some mistakes. It's not real money at that point?
Correct. So. Right. They're only limited by how much money in the virtual economy there is.
In the virtual economy.
Yes.
So do some of these businesses, these virtual businesses, do they actually go bankrupt? Do they fold? Do they learn some lessons and say, okay, let me do this again?
They actually can lose money, yes. And they have to give a real presentation to a banker in order to be allowed to get into the virtual banking system. So it has to be pretty well planned out and thought out before they can start. But if they fail, they show a loss, and their year-end report shows a loss.
I'd like to try a virtual business first before trying a real one.
Wouldn't we all?
Yeah. Let's talk about what young entrepreneurs should do to really be taken seriously. You know, by the time we watched some of these stories, I looked at these kids and I thought, wow, I would never have known that they would be able to do this. How can they be taken seriously?
I think that they, more than anyone, must look professional, act professional. They must get as much education as possible and do as much research as possible. Otherwise, they will not be taken seriously.
And then the sky's the limit.
Yeah, hopefully.
Okay. Thank you so much, Teri.